How did two courageous women in Israel deal with a foreign enemy? How can women lead by example today? Let's look at Judges 4. Did Israel again fall into sin and the hands of a cruel foreign king? Again the Israelites did evil in the eyes of the Lord, now that Ehud was dead. So the Lord sold them into the hands of Jabin, king of Canaan, who reigned in Hazor. Sisera, the commander of his army, was based in Harosheth Hagoyim, because he had 900 chariots fitted with iron, and had cruelly oppressed the Israelites for 20 years. They cried to the Lord for help. Was there a prophetess at that time who was also a judge in Israel? Now Deborah, a prophetess, the wife of Lapidoth, was judging Israel at that time, and she would sit under the palm tree of Deborah between Ramah and Bethel in the mountains of Ephraim, and the children of Israel came up to her for judgment. Then she sent and called for Barak, the son of Abinoam, from Kedesh in Naphtali, and said to him, "Hasn't the Lord God of Israel commanded, go and deploy troops at Mount Tabor? Take with you 10,000 men of the sons of Naphtali and of the sons of Zebulun. And against you I'll deploy Sisera, the commander of Jabin's army, with his chariots and his multitude at the river Kishon, and I'll deliver him into your hand." Was Barak a weak man? What did Deborah say to him if she went with him? Barak told her, "I'll go, but only if you go with me." "Very well," she replied, "I'll go with you, but you'll receive no honor in this venture, for the Lord's victory over Sisera will be at the hands of a woman." So Deborah went with Barak to Kedesh. At Kedesh, Barak called together the tribes of Zebulun and Naphtali, and 10,000 warriors went up with him. Deborah also went with him. What did the Canaanite commander Sisera plot against Barak? Now Heber the Kenite had separated himself from the Kenites, even from the children of Hobab, Moses' brother-in-law, and had pitched his tent as far as the oak in Zananim, which is by Kedesh. They told Sisera that Barak the son of Abinoam had gone up to Mount Tabor. Sisera gathered together all his chariots, even 900 chariots of iron, and all the people who were with him, from Harosheth of the Gentiles to the river Kishon. Did Deborah encourage Barak to go into battle against the enemy? Then Deborah said to Barak, "Get up. This is the day that the Lord has handed Sisera over to you. Hasn't the Lord gone out before you?" So Barak went down from Mount Tabor with 10,000 men behind him. The Lord threw Sisera and all the chariots and army into a panic before Barak. Sisera himself got down from his chariot and fled on foot. Barak pursued the chariots and the army all the way back to Harosheth Hagoyim, killing Sisera's entire army with the sword. No one survived. What does this say about manhood in Israel, that two women saved the day? Only Sisera escaped. He ran to Heber's camp, because Heber and his family had a peace treaty with the king of Hazor. Sisera went to the tent that belonged to Jael, Heber's wife. She came out to greet him and said, "Come in, sir. Please come on in. Don't be afraid." After they'd gone inside, Sisera lay down and Jael covered him with a blanket. "Could I have a little water?" he asked. "I'm thirsty." Jael opened a leather bottle and poured him some milk. Then she covered him back up. "Stand at the entrance of the tent," Sisera told her. "If someone comes by and asks if anyone's inside, tell them no." Sisera was exhausted and soon fell fast asleep. Jael took a hammer and drove a tent peg through his head into the ground, and he died. What did Jael say to Barak as she went out to meet him? And behold, as Barak was pursuing Sisera, Jael went out to meet him and said to him, "Come, and I'll show you the man whom you're seeking." So he went into her tent, and there lay Sisera dead, with the tent peg in his temple. So on that day God subdued Jabin, the king of Canaan, before the people of Israel. And the hand of the people of Israel pressed harder and harder against Jabin, the king of Canaan, until they destroyed Jabin, king of Canaan. What's a key role for spiritually mature women in the church today? In the same way, older women are to be reverent in behavior, not slanderers, not addicted to much wine. They're to teach what is good, so they may encourage the young women to love their husbands and to love their children, to be self-controlled, pure, homemakers, kind, and submissive to their husbands, so that God's message will not be slandered. How did two courageous women in Israel deal with a foreign enemy? How can women lead by example today? You decide.